Hey guys, it's Mr. SLIN here, and today we're doing a map review of CP Metalworks RC7, the version of Metalworks played in Season 22 of ESEA. In this video, I'm going to discuss common pushes, holding spots, and strategies so that you can nail your first week of ESEA matches. But first, let's talk about the mid fights. Mid fights. There's 3 mid fights that you should be familiar with: top left, lower, and yard. Each one offers its own unique advantages. The nice part about rolling out top left is that you immediately begin the battle on the high ground and can begin taking control of the enemy's yard and lower entrances. By starting off on this part of the map, you take early control and attempt to maintain height in order to win mid. Lower is one of my favorite rollouts because it gives you options, as you can either walk up the stairs to fight the left side or move to take control of the right. It also gives you control of the underneath area, which can get you easy access to weak players that are backing up for heals. This is definitely one of the most versatile mids and gives your team the most flexibility in the fight. Finally, you can choose to roll out yard by walking through connector, and this isn't one of the most popular mids to do because it's slower, but it gives your team a timing attack and a chance to push mid together as a team. As a medic, make sure to look up immediately and buff your players on top of the shack before pushing to take control of the top right side of mid. This mid gives up a lot of early ground, but I like this mid because it gives you a lot of space to dodge spam and work your way into middle, and if things go sour, you have an easily accessible pack near the truck. Pushing forth. Once your team is in control of middle, you have 2 options: a fast push or a slow push. Pushing through the house is the quickest option, allowing you to very quickly take control of the second point should they be down in numbers or uber advantage. The downside to pushing house is that the choke point is easily denied, but if you have a large enough number advantage or uber advantage, you should be able to overwhelm your opponent and flood through quickly. If pushing quickly is not your style, you can choose to take a slower push by working your way through the yard into the alley. This area has no ceiling, which gives your soldiers the option to double jump into second point to create space, and it also gives your combo space to dodge spam and walk their way in without using uber. Just be careful not to get bombed by the roaming soldier or flanked from behind through underpass. As long as you watch those 2 options, you should be able to get in for free. Some teams may opt to push through the underpass for a sneak attack, but I wouldn't recommend it, because most of the time the height disadvantage is often too much to overcome, and this choke point is usually far too far away from the ramp, pipes, or the clutter on the right side, making it difficult to take the high ground quickly. The house and alley pushes are usually much better because with the house push you start on the high ground, and with the alley push you can easily push the ramp and take the space that you need to secure second. Pushing last. Next, let's talk about pushing the last point. Again, you have fast options and slow options. The fastest option is to push the main shutter door, but you risk getting delayed by a sticky trap or picked off by the enemy sniper. Pushing shutter means that you have to move quickly, clearing a lot of space in a short amount of time. This is great if you have a large number or uber advantage, but if things are closer to even, I recommend getting in through the right banana. Right banana allows you to clear the trap on the shutter door to get your other teammates in, and it also gives you vision of the right side of last, making the last push much more approachable. By taking ubers in through right banana, you will often get your uber in deeper than if you went in through shutter. Deep right pushes are great if you want to spam sentry guns down from range, and deep left pushes are good if you want to take your uber directly into their sentry gun. On the deep left push, you'll probably need to pop immediately in, and on the deep right push, watch out for the sniper that's usually hiding behind the wall. A common practice is for the defensive team to rotate their heels behind the wall back and forth as they try and contest the last point, so make sure to get some capture time down to force them out of hiding. Holding fourth. Should your push into last fail, you'll need to hold off an attack from the enemy team. Holding fourth is very simple. If things are closer to even, hold left of the point by this ramp. Your flank will lock down the other doors, and if bombers get in through the shutter or flush, you can bail your combo out into the alley where there's space to maneuver. If things are more uneven and the enemy team has a larger advantage, hold your combo on the bridge leading to house. Holding alley in numbers down scenarios means that you'll risk getting flanked from underpass or connector, and it's not worth losing your medic to try and defend fourth for a little bit of spam. Positioning your medic by the house allows your combo to put some spam on the point before quickly retreating to mid to join your respawners. Holding mid. When holding mid, you're again faced with 2 scenarios. When things are closer to even, hold the house and maintain control of the health pack. The health pack is an extremely valuable resource, and the upper choke point leading to bridge is easy to lock down. Your flank can use the long sight lines and yard to spot pushes long before they come so they won't get overwhelmed by a heal disadvantage, and this will give your combo time to receive the fight. If you're at a significant disadvantage, my recommendation is to hold top left mid. Again, your team can use the long sight lines to spot the pushes that will likely come from yard, and you can easily back through the fast upper house to get back to second after forcing their team. If you're close to getting uber, you can choose to hold the top right side of mid since you're backing out through the way that you're likely to push back into middle, which is through the yard. So if you're close to uber, play that top right side, back off of it, and then come right back in and contest the point with your uber. One thing to note is that wrap plays on Metalworks are extremely difficult. This is because controlling the house gives the defending team a quick route back to defend second point, making wrap plays especially risky for your combo. While you can do wrap plays on other maps like Granary and Badlands, I definitely do not recommend that you do it on a map like Metalworks. Holding second. When holding second on evens, I like to hold up on this choke by house so that our team can get a good exchange on the main choke point. Park a scout underneath so that he can spot any players rotating to alley, and have your roamer control the flank however he sees fit. On disadvantage, you have two options. Some teams like to hold left by the shutter door, and this is a really great option if you don't plan on contesting second point but want to delay for a bit. But if you're closer to Uber and actually want to contest the point or spam the point, put your combo on the point instead, because as that push comes in, you're going to back off of the point and be able to better receive the push. The rotation from left shutter to the point is oftentimes slow, and you won't be able to contest it if you put your combo on the left shutter. So placing your combo on the main entrance gives you a much better chance of being in position to make the play. Holding last. Metalworks last relies heavily on a good sniper, so hopefully your team has a scout who is good with the rifle. Your sniper is essential for getting good, safe Uber forces while allowing your combo to play back behind the wall to avoid potential enemy snipers or bombs. If you have the time, put a sentry gun up by this wall under the bridge or on the right side of spawn. If not, run a heavy to soak up some damage. Some teams may opt to run a pyro to airblast the Uber combo back, but I wouldn't recommend it in most circumstances because your combo is so far back, the pyro will often get picked off, and the last point is far too big for a pyro to control, which is a class that excels in confined spaces, so I don't recommend you run the pyro on last point. Lastly, buff your roamer frequently and put him on the top left shack, which is a powerful position that denies the best bombing location for enemy roamers. If you're not on the shack, you can also place your roamer on the far right boxes to deny the right door. Just be careful that he doesn't get picked off by a sniper peeking the deep left side of the map. Pushing second. This is one of the most difficult pushes in the game because there's so much distance between the last point and the main choke that you need to lock down. Move quickly and lock the choke down as quickly as you can before putting time on the point. Once you're there, set up yourself in the same way that you would defend second point normally. Pushing mid. The fast option is to go house, and the slow option is to go through alleyway or underpass into yard. I recommend rotating your combo early because you have a lot of ground to traverse, and make sure to take control of the shack for extra height advantage. Well, I hope that helped you guys out. Good luck in your Metalworks games, and I'll see you guys on the next video.